hit right there. You have to expand the
Valera. And that one is lifted in the air. Makes the catch for the out. One away.
Maybe caught that.
Stepping up for the Guardians, Chase Delory. Just missed.
Firing behind the plate for us today, Boog, is Mike Fillmore, and he is a good one. He'll reward pitches on the edges a little bit, but the main thing is he doesn't keep you guessing. Once he establishes that a pitch is a strike, it stays that way.
And here it comes. Goes down looking.
Wow, that's a tough call for the hitter, but the pitcher will take that all day long. Not quite in the strike zone, but he found a spot that the umpire is going to, at least for now, allow him to get that call. So hitters are going to have to make an adjustment, but pitchers are going to learn from those things and really try to exploit them if they can.
Swing and a miss, struck him out. Third out, that ends the frame. Back here in the East Bay, bottom half of inning number 2. Here's the second baseman, Zach Geloff. That misses the zone, and that's ball 1. Bounce to the left side, and it goes just foul. Righty delivers. That's to third, and it gets by him. Jeff McNeil stands in. Bounding ball here, rolls foul. Nobody out, runner at first. Runner takes off. There's the ball. Throw, save! That was close, but StatCast shows us why he so often seems to be on the safe side of these steal attempts, Chris.
Yeah, you see that plus speed, and he needed every last bit of it to swipe that bag. Such a threat on the bases.
And there's ball 4.
Take your base.
Brett Harris up next for the A's. This is again 5 in a row.
Counts 1-0.
Geloff over at second. McNeil at first with no outs. And that one handled. Slings to second. On to Hoskins. Double play.
I think 4-6-3 double plays like that are way tougher than these guys make it look sometimes, because no matter how you do it, the feed from the second baseman is a tough one. That's where footwork really comes into play, but right there, very well done.
Swings through that one for strike 1. 2 outs and a runner at third. Bottom half of inning number 2. Right side. Grabs it on the run. And that'll do it. The A's strand 1. Score remains tied 1-1. And we're back. Top half of the third inning. Now it's the DH, David Fry. Ripped on a line. Makes the grab, 1 down.
It was all over that fastball right there. I'll tell you what, if he gets under it just by a fraction of an inch or a little bit more, that's way back.
Rocchio in the box now. No balls and a strike. High fly ball, pretty well struck out towards right center. That's back. And it is gone. His first homer of the year, and just like that, they're out front. It's 2-1.
He came out of his shoes on that one, but managed to keep his mechanics intact long enough to get to the ball and through it, and it went a long way.
Base is empty, 1 away. Next to hit, Stephen Kwan. Ground ball up the middle. Geloff on the run. Throw to first. Out number 2.
Well, I'm impressed with this guy's internal clock. He knew he had plenty of time to take that extra step, secure his grip on the baseball, and make a strong, accurate throw.
Ramirez, the next to hit, takes ball one. That one to first. He takes it himself to the bag, and that'll do it. One scores in the inning, coming on this solo home run. And it's now a 2-1 ball game. You're dialed into the show. Ready to go for the last half of the inning. Here's the left fielder, Lawrence Butler. The right-hander back to work. Butler goes 6 feet 3 inches, 23 years old, and he was a 6th-round draft pick back in 2018. That one is absolutely belted. Valera going back to the warning track, makes the catch. Striding to the plate now for Oakland, Jacob Wilson. On the ground to third. Ramirez sends it to first, and there are 2 down. Here's a big power threat. Brent Rooker, 1-for-1 with a single and a run scored so far. Pitch misses, and that's ball 1. Swings and blasts one deep to left center.
Pitch recognition early. He saw exactly where that was going to be. The challenge, not get over anxious and come out of your swing. He stayed on it and got all of it.
And now a chance for Shea Langoliers. And the 1-0. And a foul ball.
His eyes got big. He saw that changeup way out in front. Better to pull it than to get jammed on something off speed like that.
So now 1-2.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Good eye in that spot.
It's a good take.
Off the mark there. Full count now. Smoked on the ground a second. Tosses to first. Inning over. Oakland gets 1 on this homer, and we're deadlocked now at 2 apiece. As we go to the top of the 4th, and the batter now is Rhys Hoskins. Foul back our way, and that's out of play. And a pitch. And misses inside. Swing and a miss.
Man, that was pretty gross right there.
Here's a swing and a drive left field, and he knew it. He'll circle the bases. It's 3-2. That's their 3rd home run of the game.
They're having a lot of fun at the plate in this one. They've got the long ball working for them on autopilot.
Right through there for a strike.
That was exciting to see a leadoff home run in an inning. Kind of gets the offense fired up, and you start to expect a big inning.
And another ball. Nobody on, nobody out. Top half of inning number 4. Gets a piece there. We'll do it again. Severino kicks, deals. Hard on the ground to first. Takes it himself. 1 away. That ground ball may have him back on track after the homer. So in now for Cleveland, George Valera.
And there's one thing on his mind this at bat, getting that first hit at the big league level.
And a big swing and a miss.
Cold night like tonight, last thing you want to do as a hitter is get jammed or even off the end. Trying to find that sweet spot on the bat. Tell you what, you're going to be trying to catch things out front. So off-speed pitches may be a good complement to that fastball.
That smash towards center. Makes the grab for the 2nd out.
Man, he smoked that fastball. He's all over it. It's just frustrating when you can't get it to fall. Maybe next time up he'll find a hole.
2 outs, base is empty. And up next for Cleveland, Chase Delory. On the ground, right side. This looks like extra bases. Around first, heading for 2. And his first big league hit is a double. Now it's the second baseman. Swing and a miss. Strike 1.
0-1's the count.
Fastball for a strike. And the count is 0-2.
Love how vocal the umpire is today. No doubt in the hitter's mind, the catcher's mind, and even the pitcher's mind as to the conviction in the call.
1 run across to the frame so far as we play game 1 of this 4-game series. That one ripped. Fair ball. Delory rounds third, headed for the plate. He scores, and they take a 2-run lead. And he's got a double.
Couldn't have timed it up any better than that. Turned on that inside pitch nicely and ripped it down the line to pick up 2 bases. That can be a tough pitch to keep fair, but his timing was great.
Fry in the box now as he leaves that one up high. Popped up. Geloff makes the play, and it's out number 3. Back in Oakland, digging in. And Tyler Soderstrom fighting back to work. And a breaking ball drops in for a strike.
Well, after putting up a nice inning on offense, got some runs across, this is where you look for the starter to go out there, have a shutdown inning. Don't give that other team any hope. Just hope that he can get through this inning, get the bats back up there while they're hot.
Hits and misses. It's a strikeout.
Well, take a look at the 3-pitch sequence here. Pretty simple in terms of putting them away at the plate. Once you're ahead 0-2 as a pitcher, you can really expand the zone and see how aggressive that hitter is going to be trying to protect and battle. And right there, clearly he was in swing mode, but all you can do is hope to foul that off.
And that's in there at the knees. The Athletics trailing by 2. We're here in the bottom of the 4th. Ripped to short. Throws The first in time. And that quickly 2 away. And now here's Jeff McNeil. That's in there. And it's 0-1.
Man, this guy's got a great feel for his breaking ball today.
Liner to second and picked on the hop. Gathers and throws. Oakland goes quietly. And welcome back to the ballpark. Ready now for the 5th inning. Here's Brian Urquijo. And first offering is fouled off.
You know, these Guardians, simply put, are producing a lot of quality swings. Everything seems to be clicking, and the 6 extra base hits in the game kind of tells you everything you need to know. They're not getting fooled up there at all.
Stepping up for the Guardians, Stephen Kwan. Out to center. Clark settles underneath it. Makes the grab. 2 down.
Up next for Cleveland, the third baseman.
Here's Jose Ramirez. He's always a threat at the plate.
He's been flexing his power in the majors for a long time now. His first career home run was to right field right here inside Yankee Stadium in 2014. The right fielder that day for the Yankees, Ichiro Suzuki. Even he couldn't catch that one.
0-2 now. Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball.
Well, pretty clear to me. He was trying to go deep right there, but you got to get a pitch that you can handle.
Fights that one away, and the count remains 0-2. 2 down, nobody on, and we're at the top of the 5th. Swings through it, and that's a strikeout. Guardians failed. Back here in the East Bay, bottom of the inning. Now the third baseman, Brett Harris. 0-1.
You know, these A's do a good job of simply getting the bat on the ball in this game, and the numbers back that up. One thing that really stands out to me is how they've only struck out 1 time. That's good discipline right there, and on top of it, they're producing more than a hit per inning.
And it gets down for a base hit. Just kind of slice that one into center.
That can be a really tough pitch to handle, a front door breaking ball, but he did a great job staying.
Now this ball is well hit. This one's got a chance. Caught just shy of the wall. So the batting order turns over. Digging in for Oakland, Lawrence Butler.
The runner at first needs to be careful right here. He's dealing with the pickoff artist on the mound.
Swing and a pop-up in foul ground. Ramirez sizing this one up. Makes the catch. And there are 2 outs. Jacob Wilson digs in now. 1 for 2. First pitch doesn't find the zone. Harris off of first with 2 away. Missing inside. Now 2-0. In the air on the infield. Ramirez makes the catch, inning over. 1 left for Oakland. They trail it here. We're back, and they make a change to start the 6th. The new pitcher, Hogan Harris.
Pretty tight game, so they're looking for quality pitches out of him right here. Got to do his best to keep the score right where it is.
The Athletics have some bullpen action. Tyler Ferguson appears to be getting ready, and I'm sure he's feeling some nerves. This would be his major league debut. Nunez also getting ready.
Everything came together for him. Once you get the ball by the pitcher, there's a lot of base hits up the middle, even on ground balls. So a nice job to use that big hole and get himself a hit.
Roll to short, possible 2-ball. Wilson tossed to second, and that's 2. So in now for Cleveland, George Valera. And that's outside. Ball 1. Harris, 27 years old, and he was a 3rd-round pick back in 2018. Fly ball, pretty well struck right field. Dives, but it falls. And now it looks like extra bases. And he'll make it to second base with 2 gone. Now he launches a throw over his head. Now it's the right fielder, Chase DeLory. A bit behind with that swing. It's strike 1.
0-1's the count.
A little up front there as he swings through it.
The hitter early and off balance on that swing. If I'm the pitcher, I'm taking a little bit more off, see if you can get him to chase something in the dirt.
Next pitch way upstairs.
Pretty standard high 0-2 fastball right there. If you're smart, look for something down in the zone, but not too far. You don't want to chase that breaking ball in the dirt.
Swings and misses, struck him out. So no.
Leading off for the A's,
The pitch. That one finds the zone. It's 0-1.
That curveball's been a big pitch for him today. He's been able to get ahead in the count with it. He's also been able to use it to put guys away.
Out there to center. He's got it. And a quick out, number 1. Shea Langoliers up next for the A's. 1 for 2 with an RBI double back in the first. That misses the zone. 1-0. Out in front with the swing, and that is strike 1. Big swing and a miss.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Right-hander kick steals. Sharp grounder. That's through for a base hit. So a man aboard now with 1 away.
Well, I don't think that pitch would have been called a strike, but he did such a nice job of pulling his hands tight to the body and just getting enough of the barrel on it to be hard enough back up the middle for a knock.
Next to hit, Tyler Soderstrom. With the tying run at the plate here in the bottom of the 6th. Next offering is in for a strike.
Now, this guy's big swing of the bat right here. Try to close that gap. But, you know, at the very least, if you could find a way to manufacture that run from first, it feels like it's really important to getting back into this ballgame.
Here comes a pitch. In the air to left center. Sizes this one up. Makes the grab. So digging in, Zach Gallo. There's a strike. Langoliers, the runner at first with 2 gone. And a swing and a miss there.
0-2.
Hacks and misses. It's a strikeout. 1 hit, 1 left. We're through 6 full. Welcome back. We're in the 7th. We have a new pitcher on the mound. Nunez. On for his major league debut, so we'll see if he's ready for the big stage.
He just has to remember that this is the same game that he's played all the way through the minor leagues to this point. The only difference, there are just more people in the stands, and it's a bigger stadium. But the game itself is still the same. Look at the catcher. Whatever fingers he puts down, that's what you throw. And just let him lead you in this one. Well, those can be pretty fun as an outfielder. He got to put it into his highest gear and go a long way to track that one down. Nothing better than that. You feel like a wide receiver playing football.
And the batter now, David Fry. And Singy, he started this one off with a bang.
Yes, he did. It always feels great when you can connect with one right away. Certainly a shot of confidence for the entire lineup and a shot to the heart for this crowd.
2 outs, base is empty. Ryan Rocchio will hit next. He swings and misses at the first pitch.
0-1.
0-1. Inside, and it hit him.
Well, that's pretty much the last thing you're looking to do with 2 outs and the base is empty. You have the opportunity to be really aggressive with that hitter. You don't want to wake up in offense, and you don't want to give a team an extra out.
Quality. The batter now as he swings and misses for strike 1.
0-1's the count.
Nunez throws over, and he's back in safely. Two outs. That one misses. 1-2 to count. Down to the dirt, swing and a miss. And it's in time for the 3rd out, so that'll end the inning. 1 left for the Guardians, but they still lead this one 4-2. And we're back. So they turn things over to the righty, Slade Ciccone.
Well, the best relievers love the opportunity to come in and protect a tight lead late in the ball game. Some of them are just wired different, so we'll see what he's got here.
Chase that time.
Well, usually a high level of confidence when you're facing a young pitcher out there on the mound. In this situation, ahead 2-0, he's put himself in a really good spot.
Let's see if he gives him anything to hit here. There's a strike. Swings through that.
Full count.
Sends it to first, and the leadoff hitter set down to open the 7th.
Now batting.
Brett Harris getting ready to hit.
Brett Harris.
Misses inside. And that is ball one. Base is empty, one away. Here, the bottom of the seventh. And 1-2. One down, base is empty. And down on strikes. And there's two down.
Finished him off by blowing it by him up high, but they did a really nice job of setting that pitch up. The plan of attack early on was to keep everything down around the knees. So that was a good call to change his eye level and run it by him for the K.
Now one out to right. Delory brings it in for the third out. No runs. Ready to begin the eighth. Now it's Jose Ramirez. Nunez back to work. On a line, base hit. And the leadoff man aboard.
Waste no time there. Nice line drive to the pull side, met it out front, and just stayed through it nice enough and ripped it into the outfield.
Now a chance for Rhys Hoskins. A swing and a miss, and that's strike one. And ball one.
He's got one already tonight. I wouldn't be surprised if he pops another one here.
Move to first. Ramirez dives back in safely. Late on that fastball.
I think he was sitting off speed there.
Next pitch misses. Now 2-2. At the belt and fires. And a swing and a miss. Down on strikes. First out in the top of the eighth.
Thought it was a pretty good pitch. Top of the strike zone. We're seeing more fastballs in that location. Hitters, especially with two strikes, have to be ready to pull the trigger.
Bo Naylor at the plate now. And that's off the inside edge. And that's ball one. Check on the runner. Ramirez back in on a dive. The 1-0. Swing and a miss. Nice changeup. Next offering is in for a strike. Man at first, one away. Swing and a miss. And he's down on strikes. 2 out.
Oh, interesting. He's looking very comfortable out of the stretch after giving up the leadoff single. Back-to-back strikeouts. So they haven't been able to move that runner up, get him into scoring position, and try to have a better chance of scoring. I tell you, good job so far on the mound. He just needs one more out.
Wilson snags it, and that is that. So one. Bottom. For the eighth, down the left fielder. Lawrence Butler. And he deals. That's off the mark. Ball one. Just missed. Hard hit left side. Fires over to Hoskins. One gone to the bottom of the eighth.
The batter, number 5. Shortstop, Jacob.
So up next, Jacob Wilson. 1 for 3. There's a strike.
Well, a good first pitch changeup there. In order to be effective, you've got to really sell it. Good arm speed, and it's got to be down in the zone.
Allen finds the corner. 0-2.
Quickly down 0-2 in the count. I think you got to choke up a little bit, spread out the feet. You don't know what the velocity or the location of this next pitch is going to be.
Got it by him for the K.
Wow, just great bite to that slider. Broke far out of the zone, and he just couldn't hold up the swing. You know, as a hitter, that pitch is really hard to take, and there's just not much you can do with it. You know that, but you don't want to get rung up by the umpire.
And now it's going to be Brent Rooker. Two down, nobody on. And foul ball.
Looking very settled on the mound here in the 8th. One more out, and they'll probably hand it off to their closer for the 9th with at least a 2-run lead.
Swung on, belted. Valera on his horse. Lays out and makes the play. We're back. It's the top of the 9th. And there's a new pitcher on the mound. Tyler Ferguson.
Just trying to keep this one close here. And this is where a bullpen can give their players a chance to fight back into the game.
That's a base hit. So a runner aboard to start the inning.
Didn't take long to get a result for that at bat. I could watch base hits like that one all day long, and so could every hitting coach in the league. Just a nice line drive into center field. And now they've got some speed on first, so we'll see if they try to get him into motion.
Laced down the line. Could be extra bases. Delory rounds second on his way to third. Coming home. He will score, and they're up by 3.
Puts a run on the board and picks up an RBI. He got a pitch he could drive, but he didn't get too excited like a lot of guys do and pull off the baseball. Really good timing all the way through the swing, and the barrel was so on plane with the ball. Easy drive into the gap for that double.
Man at second. Swing and a ball lifted left field. Butler calls it in, and there's one away.
Just pulled off of it a little bit right there. That front shoulder coming open instead of staying closed. If he does that, he's going to be able to go up the middle the other way with some authority instead of a fly out to left.
Clark pulls that one down. Runner tags and will move up to third. Cut off, now a throw home. Head first slide, safe at the plate. And they're up by 4. 2 outs, base is empty. And up next for Cleveland, Stephen Kwan. Strike 1. Ferguson, 30 years old now. He joined the team as a free agent. Ground ball right side, Geloff. On to first, and that is that. So they get a couple of runs. Back. Here comes the closer here in the 9th, number 36.
And he's got a nice lead to work with, so he should come in throwing strikes, attacking these hitters. Situation, you expect the batters to be a little more patient, possibly take until they get a strike. With that, you don't want to miss your opportunity to get ahead early in the count. He didn't right there.
And a pitch. On the ground right side. Oh, great grab on the dive. Takes it himself, and he got him. Nicely done at first for the out.
Look at the big guy getting down and dirty, robbing what probably would have been a double if it gets by him. Love to see that because most times it's the shortstop or second baseman, but he wants to get in the mix a little bit as well.
And the batter now, Tyler Soderstrom. Breaking ball in there for a strike. And the right-hander deals. And there's a breaking ball that drops in there. On the ground right side. Hoskins takes it himself. 2 up, 2 down. So they're down to their final out. Next up for the A's, Zach Geloff. First pitch, and he just misses. Two outs. And there's a ball. A little bit low. The 3-1. And he walked it.
That's ball four. Break your base.
One of the things about that two-out walk, the base runner over at first base is going to have a very aggressive secondary lead. So a ball down the line or into the gap will produce a two-out RBI, and those are the best. That is if you are the offensive side of it.
Flips the corner. That's strike one.
And one ball, one strike.
They're down to their final strike. One strike away. Got him. Ball game.
These players know they have a long series ahead of them, but they come out, establish, and set the tone in the first game of the series. Very important to get that. Put you in the driver's seat to win game 2, and then push yourself to a series win, if not a sweep.
And your final 6-2. For Chris Singleton and our entire crew, I'm John Shelby saying so long.
For our ball game tonight. First.
Yeah.
Now it's the DH, David Fry. The pitch. That one finds the zone, and this one is off and running. Hit hard, should be extra bases. Around first and hustling for second. The throw in, and it's a double to start the game.
Anytime you rip a line drive the other way, you feel really good about what you did at the plate. You trusted your hands, you let the ball travel, and you took the barrel straight to it. That's great work right there.
Here's Brian Rocchio. Homered in the ball game yesterday afternoon. Now a fly ball to right center. Clark sizing this one up. Nabs it. Runner tags at second. In there safely. Here's the left fielder, Stephen Kwan. Lifted in the air, right center field. Clark moving under it. Squeezes it. Runner tags from third. Throw is offline, and he scores. And it's 1-0. Here's Jose Ramirez.
Well, that's a quality at bat right there. You know the situation. You need something in the air and deep enough, and that's exactly what he did. Good pass to the baseball.
Warning track. Wall. And you can touch them all, baseball man. His first homer of the year. It's 2-0. 2 pitches, 2 swings. That one for a home run.
Looking to be aggressive all the way, and it paid off for him in a big way. They thought he could blow a high fastball by him, but he was ready for it. Look at how quickly he jumped on that pitch.
Base is empty with 2 away. And it's Rhys Hoskins up to the dish. No question about this one. It's out of here. A massive home run. His second home run of the series. It's 3-0. Chris, he's homered in back-to-back games now.
Yep, seeing the ball well, and he's got his timing locked in. He's looking pretty dangerous at the dish right now. Back-to-back homers, always a special feeling at the ballpark, especially if it's your team that does it, and those guys get to slap hands at home plate. This is the kind of thing that can really fire up a ball club.
And next is the Guardians catcher, Bo Naylor. Swing and a miss. That's strike
No ball.
1.
1 strike. Ball.
That's a little bit low. 2 down, nobody on. In the air, right field. In position. Makes the grab, and that'll end the inning. But 2 round trippers in this inning. The long. Back here in the East Bay. So here's the lefty, Logan Allen.
It's always interesting to see how he utilizes all of his pitches and how many of those he has a good feel for on that given day. When he's right, he's really able to keep hitters guessing, and all of his stuff seems to be coming out of the same arm slot, the same tunnel, and that can make life very difficult on his opponents.
Bottom of the first.
No.
Striding to the plate now for Oakland, Lawrence Butler. And the pitch. He was late there, strike 1.